Well, Mickey Mouse now belongs to you and me. Well, at least the 1928 Mickey Mouse and Steamboat Willie. That iconic character became public domain the first of this year. So what does that mean? And joining us now is Dr. Mark Shiflett. He's the chair of the Communications Department at the University of Evansville. We thank you so much for being here today to talk about this kind of a fun subject to talk about here. So when we talk about the Mickey Mouse, and this is the one from Steamboat Willie way back in 1928, coming into the public domain, it means that the copyright has expired. So what does that mean for this character, Mickey Mouse?
Well, specifically for this character, and I'm glad that you mentioned Steamboat Willie, because this is the only character that is now in the public domain.
Right.
So obviously Mickey Mouse has had many iterations, and so every time there's a new iteration, you get a new copyright.
And I think we have a picture of the more recent. There you go.
Right.
So it does look very different.
And I think if you're familiar with the movie Fantasia, that's really where you see a major change. So you cannot use that version of Mickey. It is only this version here that is available now in the public domain.
So how can this be used? I mean, you know, when we recently Winnie the Pooh became into the public domain, and a slasher movie was made out of this cuddly little buddy, as we're calling him. Can the same thing happen with Mickey Mouse from 1928?
Really, you can use it for anything at this point. Now, I think one of the things that's important to make a distinction, though, is Disney still has a trademark on some of these characters.
And explain that. What does that mean?
Yeah, the difference between a trademark is designed for a company to protect its brand. So in this particular case, you cannot use say Steamboat Willie to promote your product, so people would confuse it with Disney. Now, one of the key differences between a trademark and a copyright is you can keep a trademark forever as long as you protect it, and Disney is known to be very zealous in protecting its trademarks.
So we probably won't see the newer iterations of Mickey Mouse being released to do anything at all with it?
Yeah, in terms of being able to use Steamboat Willie to tell a story, that's fine. But, you know, if some people, so in other words, somebody who starts a business can't use Steamboat Willie because you can't associate your business or your product with the Disney product.
So what's the idea behind public domain? Why is it so important to allow these older, and it's usually like after, what, 100 years?
But yeah, it's 95, right? The latest extension, and again, the Copyright Act extended, the latest one extended the time because people lived longer, and so the idea is we want people that can create creative things to be able to profit off of them so they can do more. And I think the idea behind the public domain is the idea that eventually we want these products, these characters, if you will, to be used by other creative people. Now, one of the ironies about Disney, of course, is it made its living off of public domain characters. You think of Snow White, you think of Cinderella. I mean, these were all public domain characters. And so Disney took them and created what we now mostly think of when we think of Snow White or Cinderella, we think of Disney. Well, somebody may be able to take Steamboat Willie and create something totally new off of that. So that is promoting creativity is why we put things in the public domain.
I know in the past Congress has extended the copyright to not allow things to go in the public domain. Why didn't they do that this time?
Well, I think part of it, and again, if we go back to our Constitution, even says that we want Congress to promote the arts and sciences by giving rights to the creators, but it says for a limited time. So the idea is for people, and again, if we consider freedom of expression a part of our rights, be able to use things to express themselves is considered an important part of the rights that we have as citizens.
So do you think we'll see a lot of different iterations of this or things
it'll be interesting to
see.
And I don't know for certain. It's interesting you mentioned the Winnie Pooh, Pooh. That was not received very well. No. And I don't think the idea that these are going to take over our perceptions, but again, the idea is there's an opportunity there, and I think that's the key.
All right, I guess that's what's behind public domain, the opportunity to be creative and stimulate creativity.
Exactly.
Well, Dr. Mark Shiflett, thank you so much for joining us and talking to us about this. This is an interesting subject and a lot of talk in the newsroom about good or bad or whatever, so we appreciate that very much.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.